Welcome to the dating series that we do every Wednesday. Okay, so the topic for today, we will be talking about first dates. Okay, from a woman's perspective. Okay, I will be covering the expectations, the do's and don'ts, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So before I talk about it, yeah, I already know I have to do commercial time. Good morning, Instagram. And of course, good morning to the TikTok You Don't Stop. And shout outs to all the beautiful people that are listening to me on podcast platforms. Like, you guys rock, okay? Like, literally. And I hope I entertain you on this episode because I had to literally write out this episode of the topics to make sure that I discuss everything. I'm getting more organized as I go. So, yes, with that being said, can I get a drum roll, please? Today is Wednesday, known as the 5W Wednesday. So we have Wildin' Out Wednesday. I'm not telling you the Wild Out, but it's Wednesday. We have Women Empowerment Men. I want all of my women to send your cousin, your brother, your male friend, your husband. Send them a text and let them know, like, yo, I really appreciate you. Those three words, I appreciate you, can go a long way. Or thank you. Or you're the best. Or you rock. You'll be surprised. But anyway, we have Wonderful Wednesday, which I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday. Women Crush Wednesday. If you bold and post your Women Crush Wednesday. Like, what happened to that? And Working Woman Wednesday. Shout out to my bullshits out there. Okay. Yes. Yes. We are here. I love Wednesdays. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all started this series, and I'm just here to give you what you guys started. And I love this series because it opens up a lot of doors to get y'all talking and get y'all more engaged. But yeah. So first date. I got the little Android-y right here, okay? Because, your girl had to take out some notes because one thing I realized on my videos, I be saying I'm gonna talk about this, and then I get here and I freestyle, and yeah, it's not scripted, but I just, got a little bulletin points there. Okay. All right. First and foremost, right? Before you decide to go on a date, remember, women's perspective. Before you as the woman decide to go on a date with a man, I need you to have some type of bond with this person. If you don't fully know this person, you need to set that boundary of, before we really get out and get to know each other, I want us to get to know each other, like talk more on the phone or text more, whichever way you guys are communicating, if you're FaceTime or whatever. So you can see what the date is going to be like from that person. Because I'm a big believer in I don't like my time wasted. My time is very vulnerable and I got things to do. So if you're like me, you need to do this. If you're not like me and you got time to waste, or if you're just one of those females that just want a free meal, honestly, this episode is not even for you. You should just click out right now. But if you're actually trying to date with a purpose and trying to understand what's going wrong with your dating life, this might be one of them. Okay. Create a bond with that person. Okay. Set a timeline. Be like, I'm going to talk to this person consistently for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month before I go out on a date with them. And you'll be surprised if you'll be so surprised. Like, I done talked to so many guys consistent. Well, that sounds crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, it sounds crazy, but it's not like that. But like, I done, like, when I first started talking to a guy, because that just sounds crazy. But anyway, when I first started talking to a guy, I like to do this. Okay, I'm giving you my advice. This is what I do. Okay, and before we decide to go on a date, even if they ask me, I let them know, like, I just want to talk to you more and stuff like that to get to know you better before we, decide to actually see each other in person, yada, 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 And you'll be surprised that, like, within the next 2 weeks or even a week after talking to that person consistently, if you still want to go on that date with that person or not. Like, you will be so surprised how once you find out how someone thinks, you be turned off. So that's my first tip. My first tip is creating a bond, okay, and setting boundaries. Creating a bond and setting boundaries. Part of that bond So the first one is creating a bond and boundaries, okay? Part of creating that bond comes comfortability. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to be more comfortable in that person on day 7 than you was day 1, okay? And I'm sorry that I have to put this in there, but we have to put this in there because this is when first dates go wrong. And it's because you didn't communicate. You didn't do your job to communicate before you went on this date. And part of communication is payment. Yes, we are in the generation where we have to talk about payment before a date. Okay? If you are the type of woman that you don't believe in paying for dates, you need to make that clear. Okay? Yeah, we're here. I hope we're here. You need to make that clear. And if you are the type of woman that don't mind paying for dates, once again, you need to make that clear. Okay? And if you are just a go with the flow or, I'll find out when I get there, then that's fine. You don't have to bring this up. But if you have an expectation of a man, you need to make that clear. Especially when it comes to payments. Because you have guys that don't want to pay for dates or believe in going 50-50. You know what I'm saying? The woman paying for herself and he pay for himself. And, this is why you need to have conversation. You need to communicate. You need to create a bond because you need to know how this man is thinking. You need to know how this man is thinking. Okay? Before you just jump up. Oh, he want to go here. And now you type because now you got to pay the bill. That's your fault, sis. Should have communicated. But anyway, moving on, right? You need to ask questions also about travel. Yes. How am I getting here? Am I meeting you here? Are you picking me up? Are you going to send me an Uber? Like, what are we doing? I done did it all. Yo, every time I talk about myself, I sound crazy, but I promise y'all it's not like that. I done been on dates where I done met the person at the place. Okay. I done been on dates where I done got picked up. I done been on dates where, he done came from a different state to pick me up, okay? I done been on dates where a Uber was sent to me to bring me to that date, and I done been on dates where I drove myself. It really just but it all depends on the person. I can't stress enough. It all depends on the person, okay? We here? I hope we here, all right? So, that needs to be discussed also because if you're planning on, oh, he's going to pick me up, but you never brought it up and then he's just sitting here thinking yo, I'm going to just meet her when I get there. Lack of conversation makes a horrible first date. Let me say that again. Lack of communication makes a horrible first date, okay? So communication, once again. Yeah, we here? All right. Now, to each its own, but I am old school. I need you to open up them doors. Okay, I don't believe in touching doors. You see these hands? They're some nice hands. Kind of magazine hands, just a little bit. They're not touching that door. It's not touching the door. I don't even want to touch my chair. You should be touching my chair. And when I take off my coat, you should be right behind me, helping me. Okay? But that's just me. I'm old school. You listen, to each his own. But these are notes. If you're taking notes, write it down. Okay? Ladies, posture must be correct, okay? No elbows on tables, okay? Let me repeat. I'm having fun with this episode. This episode is fun for me. I'm sorry. Because I told you I've been going on dates since I was 14. So, listen, this is all from experience, okay? No elbows on tables. Disclaimer, I am not a professional or expert in this type of you have people that literally study this and do this for a job. I don't know the difference between a salad fork and a regular fork on the dinner table. So no, I am not an expert, but I will speak from my experience. Posture must be correct, and elbows do not touch the table. Okay? We here? I hope we're here. If you're taking notes, write that down. Anyway, yeah, so no elbows on table is very rude, and it's just not ladylike to put your elbows on the table. Next is do not play with your hair at the table. No, do not play. I know some of y'all get nervous and y'all start. That's disgusting. Okay, we don't want to turn him off. We don't. So yes, do not play with your hair at the dinner table. It is not cute. It is not attractive. It's disgusting. Okay. And another thing is, oh, makeup too. I mean, if I say here, you should know makeup, but I feel like I have to say that. Like, just don't do disgusting things, like, just don't. Sit correctly, have manners, and make sure you make eye contact with this man. I know some of us get shy. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes, like, if I really like the person, I really can't make eye contact with you because, like, I'm just nervous as fuck. But please try, at least try to make eye contact because it from a man's perspective, if she's not making eye contact, it kind of throws him off. And you want to let him know, like, I see you. The man across the table, I see you. Okay? So, yes, those are my tips, my advice. It's all from experience of first date things, do's and don'ts. Okay? You want to walk in there and you want to go on that date with courage, even if it's just some like Dave and Buster's cool stuff. Yeah, not with Dave and Buster's, you do have to sit at the table. So, but even if you want to make sure like the conversation is not dry, which is why I said build the bond first. Who's paying? Communication. How are you getting there? These are keys to creating a strong bond with somebody. This is the foundation of a potential person that you are trying to see if you can see yourself being a life partner or being your man for the meantime. Whatever you're looking for, this person is a potential candidate. I'm sorry, y'all know I got a speech impediment, so I gotta take my time saying certain words. But yeah, like, and you want to start off good. You don't want to start off bad. You don't want to have a video go viral talking about something. I didn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Y'all need to talk about where y'all gonna go. Okay? Talk about where y'all gonna go. Make a list. Make a list for that man of where you want to go. But also keep in mind of a budget. Like I'm not no steakhouse, lobster, shrimp type. I mean, I can be. Don't get me wrong. I have my bougie moment. But for a first date, it's kind of crazy because at the end of the day, you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't even know if I'm worth the steak and lobster. I mean, I know I'm worth the steak and lobster. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know that. I mean, don't take me to know like, some crazy ran down place. Like we're not about to do that. But at the same time, you got to be considerate of what these guys have to go through when they're dating because they go through a lot. And it's so many women out here that just want a free meal from a guy. They don't even be interested. They don't have no potential with this man. And they'll still go on a date with the man because they want a free meal. Females like that, you disgust me. Okay. And yeah, you know that place, HELL? Yeah, have fun with that. But yeah, anyway, y'all, if you made it to the end of this podcast, I love you. And if you didn't, it's okay. You still tuned in. Hopefully you took some notes because, and yeah, I hope I just went over everything. And I feel like one thing that I didn't bring up was like, make sure you're dressed accordingly for the date. But like, I feel like that goes without saying, like we're women, so we're always going to stress about what we need to wear. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And every Wednesday, remember, we're doing this series, the dating series. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. And thank you for listening.